Namaskaram, all of you. Welcome to Meditation Magic. To begin with, my humble salutations to Pitamaha Patriji, Swarnamala Patriji, to all the seen and unseen masters, to all the viewer gods, and to the participant gods. So let's continue our subject, meditation and conscious living. So yesterday, we discussed till the unseen mirrors. So let's now understand what are these 7 unseen mirrors properly. So daily, regularly, we can't sit for meditation for peace and joy within, right? After meditation or after focusing on the breath, we have to come and live in the practical world. What is this practical world consists of? It consists of relationships. Relationships may be with people, situation, and things. So we do see we have deep connections with the house we live in and with the things we are using, and more deeper connections we have with people around us. So we have to live with the relationships of people, things, and situations. So these relationships, whether it is people, situation, or things, is not the same kind, right? There are ups and downs in all the relationships. Though we are constantly trying for a peaceful state of mind, always, but we end up sometimes with facing these ups and downs in all the relationships. So these 7 unseen mirrors, which talks about the relationships especially, is useful by considering the varieties they have given. We can study each relationship and use it for our self-development. Who are these Essenes? Essenes are Jewish ascetics. They were the people who strictly followed certain practices, and with their wisdom, they have given us these 7 Essene mirrors of relationships. So the first mirror is the mirror of the moment. Means according to these 7 Essene mirrors, what does it say is, whenever we encounter a situation or some conflicts in the relationship with people, then we can reflect it on ourselves and check within ourselves whether this situation is expressing any of my inner thoughts or feelings. So they are telling that any emotions that is happening within is reflected in our surroundings. So for example, means if I am joyful, I encounter joyful situations. And with relationships also, it ends up in joy. If it is something else, then we need to check the other mirrors. The second mirror is the mirror of judgment. This mirror reflects back what we most dislike and judge in others. So this is a bit subtler than the first one, because the first one is so easy, right? Whatever is happening within me, I encounter that outside. But there is a different kind of situation now. In this, if it is not satisfying the first condition, where it is not at the moment that it's the same outside and inside, then we try to compare with the other mirrors. So now in judgment, if I lie, for example, if some kind of dress I don't like, then some of the people may come dressed up exactly the way I dislike. So this mirror is great for discerning our own feelings and emotions from those of others. It's a process in which a person or group influences the emotions or behavior of another person. If we are surrounded by people whose behavior causes frustration or triggers feelings of anger or bitterness inside us, and realize that these are models not at that moment, then we should ask, is this in the present moment? If you can honestly say no, there is a good chance that it is showing you what you are judging at that moment. So how to overcome this? Means when I reflect on my own behavior, that what I am judging, then judgments are not required at all times, right? Everybody has their own perspective. Others also need the freedom to be themselves. So when I understand this and I grow out of that kind of judgment, then slowly those things will move away from my relationships. So now we have understood, by continuously focusing on our breath, we are easy on letting go of our opinions and judgments. So we are experiencing that life is becoming very joyful and peaceful within. It's not that by changing outside we are joyful, we are seeing that joy is emerging from within. So there's a simple story here I would like to tell. Example, there's a person who is drunk and he meets with an accident on the road, like means he topples a rock on the road and his face is all bruised. So when he goes home, he looks at the mirror and sees so much of bleeding happening on the face. So what he does, he takes lot of band-aid and sticks it up on the mirror. So what's happening? In the morning, he sees himself and he sees that all the bleeding is on the face, but he has put plasters on the mirror. So our situation and our relationships are very much similar to this, that we are not looking at our own behaviors. We are constantly focused on others' behaviors and we are giving attention to their faults instead of looking at our own faults. It's like trying to put band-aid on the mirror instead of patching our own wounds and or dealing with our own wounds. So it's like that. So by using these 7 unseen mirrors, we reflect on the behavior and we try to turn inward and correct ourselves. So the third mirror is the mirror of the lost love. Means sometimes it so happens in childhood, some people will be craving for so much of appreciation, but they never get that appreciation from the society. So deep inside their heart, they're always craving for that attention and appreciation. For such people, it so happens they meet similar kind of people who are craving for that appreciation or attention. So here example to say, if two people like this marry together, they are both expecting appreciation from each other. So here both are standing with a begging bowl. So to fill the begging bowl, the other person should be rich in that, right? So what is the mirror telling us is, we are independent beings. We are the divine beings from within who do not survive on appreciation. It is a very easy character which we can let go. Means if we have that self appreciation and self love, we don't crave for that self love, for that appreciation from others, because we are deeply satisfied from within. So this is the behavior we need to correct from within. Till that we do, outside we find such things we encounter. So you can use this mirror to your own advantage to see, for instance, whether it is true love you are experiencing, or whether a yearning to reintegrate a lost part of yourself that you are now seeing in the other person. So like here, two people have married expecting so much of appreciation from each other, right? When they understand this concept and reflect on themselves, and when they have a fulfilled personal life, the interdependency goes away and they can have a better life. The fourth mirror is our addictive and compulsive behaviors. Things that we start doing because we hold too much of tighter grip on the material world. For example, after meeting few masters, I stick on to the belief that we shouldn't drink water immediately after eating. But you know what my family does? As soon as they have been grown up like this, but yet now what they are doing is they drink water immediately. Since this used to be my compulsive behavior, I used to get so much of discomfort within me as soon as they take a glass of water immediately after having food. So when I corrected myself that doesn't cause that big of a problem. Water is not poison, right? So our own behaviors, we are expecting that others should follow the patterns I put on the others. So it doesn't apply. The pattern I believe in may not suit others. So when I understand this, when I become flexible on that, then such thing I will become more comfortable and I can flow in life with ease. What exactly do you feel you are lacking? That one, if you study and if you fulfill that within, the outside situations calm down by themselves. The fifth unseen mirror. This mirror resonated with on a deeper level. It talks about a relationship with our earthly parents. For example, our parents may be having some issues, right? Those will influence our childhood and we keep that in our memories. So the lack of emotional support from, in case if we experienced, that was projected on us. Now it just means it is that I who needs to understand that it was just in the past. I no more need that emotional support. I am independent now. Back in childhood, yes, I needed that emotional support, but now I don't need that, because our parents needed that emotional support, right? For example, my mom was feeling that lack of support from my father, then that would create a vacuum within me, and that I would also seeing that same lacking within me in the situations. Now if I understand that within me, that this happened way back and it was their situations that made them like that, and we completely let go of that, then now we can have a better life and peaceful life now. Reflecting on our relationship with our earthly parents can give us a better understanding of the beliefs and faith in the divine feminine and divine masculine qualities. The sixth mirror is also known as the dark night of the soul. For example, we encountered corona, right? During Corona, some people literally panicked to go to get the groceries, to touch the groceries. It was so scary to meet people. Like that, this leaves a deeper impact on their mind that they cannot overcome. Even after that, they try to keep on sanitizing, and they are very scared to stay in the public hotels. It happens like that. So that fears are deeply ingrained into our minds. So now we need to see what are the influences that such experiences cause to me. So some people might have experienced tsunami. The people who stayed during tsunami, they are always scared of the slightest moment in the sea, or slightest wind. If the wind is little bit more gushy, it scares them. So that scare, that which is shaking them, if they reflect on it, that it happened in the past. Now, by staying calm and composed, now we see that we are all safe. The corona period has passed away. Now we can be confident, we can mingle with everybody freely. We need not sanitize continuously. We can be let go of that sanitizer sometimes. Only when need basis, we should be able to use that. So that is the sixth mirror. The seventh mirror is a little bit deeper to understand without any reason. Like it may not be the mirror of the moment, it may not be the mirror of judgment, nor obsessive and compulsion. It will not fit into all the previous mirrors we discussed, but yet we encounter very special situations. For example, there's deep challenges we face from the situation in the family itself. We suddenly think that why is it happening? Everything is so perfect, but still such thing is happening. So at that time, I need to go deeper and deeper to understand the situation properly, so that I can become peaceful even in that situation, extreme situation. So acceptance refers to the practice of making room for unpleasant feelings, sensations, and urges instead of trying to suppress them or push them away. Sometimes we don't want to talk to others, right? So we need to understand that time has come. So whatever we are telling others, it will not fix. You have to live with those. Such things are coming for our spiritual awakening. For example, they were throughout life, everything, their situations, everything is perfect, but still they encounter cancer. At that time, it's like if they come into the path of self-realization, it's easy to deal with this cancer, right? So like that, the situations and relationships push us so much to get enlightened. So I can tell you one example over here. Eckhart Tolle, who wrote this Power of Now and the New Earth, he encountered a situation wherein he felt he has the urge to suicide. 3 times he tried an attempt of suicide. But that is the time when he felt that enlightenment. So sometimes the extreme situations are happening for our very deeper good. So here I can share a story of a Buddhist monk. There's a person who wants to become self-realized. So he goes to a monk who is a lead of the 500 monks. The monastery has 500 monks, and this person is going and approaching the head of the monastery. Then this person, the head says to this person that he needs to do very hard practices if he wants to realize the truth. This person is willing to do all the hard practices, but he is not willing to go back. So the head of the monastery tells him that I have already 500 monks. So the only duty I can give you is you have to pound rice for all these 500 monks. So the job is very hard, right? Even then, this monk, this person accepts that, and he becomes a disciple in that. So he continuously is pounding rice for them. Whenever he is tired, he sleeps at the same spot, and then again he continues to pound rice, because for 500 people it needs continuous pounding. Just take a few natural breaks, and then again he needs to continue the pounding. So 12 years passed by like this. In the process, the person even forgot his name. Always he used to keep on continuously pounding the rice. But the thing is, he started enjoying the process. Then this monastery head comes and announces to the 500 other monks that time has come for him to retire, and he has to choose as the head monk now. So he keeps a challenge for the other monks, saying that someone who is interested in taking up his position should write something on the door of his hut. So there is one person who is very intelligent, and everybody is hoping that that person will be the next head. So he writes on his door, mind is like a mirror on which dust of thoughts and desires accumulate. So to sweep away this dust is meditation, whose dust has been cleared and the mirror of the mind has become clear. He has attained salvation. So that intelligent person writes this on the door of that monastery head. And in the morning, when the monastery head sees this, he gets angry, and he tries to hit few monks over there. Then all the monks are very surprised. Why is this? Everything is looking perfect, right? Mind is like a mirror on which dust of thoughts and desires accumulate. It is so perfect that he has written. But why is this head getting so angry and offended by this? They don't understand. These words, the rice pounder hears to this, and he laughs at that incident. Then the other monks are asking the rice pounder, asking, why are you laughing? Can you write something better than that? Then this person says, yes, definitely, but I am an illiterate. I cannot write. I will tell to you and you can write it on the door. So what is this person writing? Mind is just an illusion. There is neither mind nor mirror of mind. When the mind does not exist, where will the dust settle? He who knows this has known the truth. So actually, where is the mind? No scientist can show where the mind is, right? So that fact, if we catch, and we are all so much fighting that to dissolve the mind. How can we dissolve the mind? We leave the mind to live our day-to-day life. We need the mind to cook. We need the mind to deal with relationship. Everything we need the mind. So only thing we need to realize is it is illusory. It is not solid existence. So we need not give so much of priority, or we need not confuse ourselves with big dictionary jargons. We have to keep it simple. We need to understand that mind is an illusion, and there is nothing like occurring dust and we need to sit and clean. Nothing of that sort. If you have understood that the mind itself is illusion and all the desires are also illusion, then we become very much clear-minded. So those who have attained to this, practically in every solution, and whenever there is guilt, hurt and everything happening, right? Guilt is also illusion, hurt is also illusion. Expectations are also subtle. Everything is subtle. So if you understand the difference between the subtle and the physical nature of the existence, then that will give us freedom from guilt, hurt, expectations, opinions, everything. We can live a free life and flexible life. So with this, we will, and there is one more important story I would like to share here. So how to give up our judgment and opinions completely. So it's a very beautiful example from nature itself. How does the honeybee live? Honeybee visits every flower, from smallest flower to the huge flowers, and the flowers may be situated in the very slum kind of conditions and very very clean kind of conditions, but wherever the flower is, the honey takes only the honey from the flowers. It is not looking at the slum or clean, big or small. And what is the nature of the housefly? In whichever most clean place it goes, the housefly will look for some dirt to sit on. So we should be like honey, taking only the best qualities from all the situations, people. We should understand the nature of housefly, and we should understand that we have to survive like honeybee, taking only the useful and good qualities from all the situations and people. So with this in our understanding, we will now focus on the breath so that we can stay aware continuously. That muscle of awareness can be increased. So sitting in a relaxed position, comfortably straight, fingers crossed. Focus on the breath with beautiful smile on the face and bliss in the heart. Focus on the breath. Last few minutes. Let us share our goodwill with the whole universe. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, be happy, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, be healthy, be happy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, be healthy, be happy, and be liberated, and be liberated, and be liberated. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve santu niraman. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly rub your hands. Gently place them on your eyes. Come to the present moment with full of joy and awareness. Thank you so much for participating and sharing your energies with all of us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything to share? So any doubts on this unseen mirrors?
No doubts, but we understood everything. But again, we have to read, we have to listen to explain. No, we are not able to express. Wow, everything is okay.
Okay, means the thing what's happening is during judgment, we are identified with the body. That is why we are judging others. So that body identification is very much deeply ingrained. So we should always remember that this is just a perception. This is just a perception. This is just an temporary. Nobody is here on that permanently. So we shouldn't hold that grudge on anybody. That way we should understand. And that is one point. And the thing is, here nobody is deliberately sitting and hurting us. It just happens. So when we understand that things are happening, when we experience that we are doing unknowingly, things are happening with me, then I can understand that for others also things are happening and they are not doing. Are you able to digest that?
Yes,
Yes.
Always I follow also. I follow. So no such things happen to me also.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with everything. Okay.
Beautiful, auntie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So yeah, thank you so much for participating.
Thank you. Thank
We
you
will
very
see
much.
today evening.
Today evening. 6 o'clock.
Today evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Namaste.
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 Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.